Hi everyone, Jo here. I was thinking this morning about how if anyone has run any kind of business stuff or done any kind of marketing training, you will have come across the idea that everyone has an ideal client. And the concept behind that is for business people or people selling anything, that you need to figure out who your ideal client is and market to them. And it usually means a certain demographic. So, for example, for me, it would probably be women 35 plus in a certain income bracket. I have a little bit of a different take on it. I think that's valid for a lot of businesses. For me right now, I have a little bit of a different take on it. I like to think my ideal client doesn't have a gender or an age. I've worked with men, women, children. At one stage, I had a client who was 6 and a client who was 89 at the same time. And it was absolutely beautiful. And I worked beautifully with both of those people and everyone in between because I'm about meeting the person where they're at. Also, a lot of therapists are about what area do you work in? Do you work with mental health, depression, anxiety, etc.? Do you work with relationships? Do you work with whatever? I also don't think that necessarily fits. My experience has been that someone might come because of one particular issue. It might be relationship problem or it could be depression. But once you talk with them a little bit longer, you realise that actually that isn't that just the presenting issue, and it's a symptom of something that's going on deeper. And so targeting people depending on symptoms doesn't work either, because people are going to bring what they're going to bring on the day. And that could be anything. So I tend to think that my ideal client is anyone, almost any age. Probably wouldn't work with under 5s. So 5-year-old plus, right up to very elderly. Anyone who is sick of saying, God, I'm sick of this. If you hear yourself saying, oh, I'm so sick of this. Geez, I'm so tired of this. That means you're probably ready to make changes. If you are ready to make changes, then you are my ideal client. My next thought on this, though, is, am I your ideal therapist? This is not a one-way transaction. This is not just about me finding the perfect person, the perfect client, perfect customer to work with me. This is about you finding the right therapist for you. You need to find a therapist that's a good fit for you. Are you happy to work with a 45-year-old woman who's had my life experiences and has my values? I value growth. I value change. I value taking risks. If you are not valuing the same things as me, then I'm not the right therapist for you. So when you are looking for someone to work with, look at what they post on Facebook, look at their website, look at the things they say, and go with that, because your instincts are going to help you there. But have a think about what you are looking for in a therapist. Are you looking for a therapist who's going to want you to come back week in, week out for the next 12 or 24 months? That is not me. I'm about helping people get in, learn something, develop their skills, feel empowered, feel encouraged, and ready to go out and use those things in the world. If you are looking for someone who's going to give you bang for your buck, value for money, as much skills as possible, and value as possible in the shortest time as possible, because we're all busy, then perhaps I am the therapist for you. If you want a really long-term relationship week in, week out, then I'm probably not the therapist for you. So that's my thoughts on ideal client. You may or may not be my ideal client. I may or may not be your ideal therapist. Have a think about that when you're looking for someone. Take that, bring that to me and have a chat and say, hey, are you my ideal therapist? I'd like to have a chat about that. Take it to other therapists. See how they respond to it. If they don't respond positively to that, then they're probably not your ideal therapist. That's probably my thoughts for the day. I hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your day and put yourselves out there. Mwah.